What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast, where me and my co-host Jeff go over two matches for each pay-per-view starting in 1997 until we catch up to the current product. We are actually hitting our final match of 1997 right now with the man formerly known as Rocky Maivia, now The Rock, versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the Intercontinental Championship at D-Generation X 1997. So, starts off with an interview with The Rock. The Rock, well, first they have a video package, and then they have an interview with The Rock, and The Rock reiterates that his name is now The Rock, and it's time to prove he's the best damn Intercontinental Champion there ever was. The Rock's out first, and he grabs the microphone, and he says it's finally time for him to defend his Intercontinental title. He's not the champ, Stone Cold is. He just stole the belt. Austin's out next. He drives a truck into the arena. He jumps off the truck into the ring and starts brawling with The Rock. And then the Nation jumps Austin, beats him down. And then D'Lo Brown gets backdropped onto like the windshield of the truck and that busts. And then he gets stunned on the hood. Then the bell finally rings and The Rock has some right hands to Austin. But then Austin gets the Luthez press on The Rock. And then the Rock counters the Luthez press into a cover. He gets a 2. Austin reverses into a pinfall cover. And he's got a 2. Weird, you don't see this, you don't see that kind of exchange out of these guys, very often. They're just straight brawlers, so you don't see a lot of those counter pins type things from these two guys, very often, so kind of unique there. Rock tosses Austin to the outside, the Nation starts assaulting Austin, and then Kama Mustafa, who will be known as the Godfather eventually, goes for a chair shot, and Austin ducks, he hits Farouk in the head, and then Austin throws Kama into the truck. Then Austin gets into the ring, and The Rock starts stomping on him. And then there's a reverse elbow by The Rock during where they were showing the instant replay of the truck stuff. And then The Rock blatantly punches Stone Cold right in the groin. The ref was distracted. Always. The Rock starts stomping Austin in the corner. And then you get a body slam by The Rock, and he hits a People's Elbow before I think it was really known as the People's Elbow. I think this is where it was like starting to transition, and he's going to name it the People's Elbow very soon. So that's the People's Elbow now. He gets a 2 count, then they have a headlock for a couple minutes. Austin ends up fighting out of the headlock, gets a shoulder block, then he bounces against the rope, and The Rock cuts off any momentum Austin was starting to build with a knee to the gut. You see The Rock, People's Elbow again, starts talking trash to Austin, flips Austin off. You just know he's going to miss this People's Elbow, and sure enough, he does. Austin gets up, moves out of the way. So The Rock, People's Elbow's the ring, there's nobody there. And now Austin gets the right hands, he starts stomping a mud hole in The Rock's ass and walking it dry. Austin goes for a stunner on The Rock, but is distracted by Kama. He hits Kama, and then the ref kind of touches Austin. He thinks it's the Rock, so he stuns the ref on accident. And then while that's happening, and Austin realizes it's the ref. The Rock puts on some brass knucks on his fist and gets ready to hit Austin. But Austin immediately counters into a stunner, and another ref runs down the ring for the 1-2-3. Austin retains the title. This match, I'm just gonna give it an average grade. Just slightly above average. I would say 5.5 out of 10 from me. Because of the shortness of the match. Like, it's just so short. So it's hard to give matches that are that short, like, super high grades, because, like, just not a lot goes down because of the short time period. So I do think the entire match itself is entertaining. There's never really any boring spots. Everything's going down. So if you want 5 to 6 minutes of entertainment, check it out. But I'm not going to give it, like, a 10-star rating for greatest wrestling match of all time when the thing goes 5 minutes long. So it's lucky to get what it did for me, and the only reason it gets slightly above 5 is because of how much action is going down here. This is one of the weaker matches in the Rock-Austin rivalry, but obviously this is one of the greatest rivalries that the sport's ever seen, so I had to give it a little bit of love here. It was definitely entertaining. You're seeing The Rock become super mega heel. That's going to continue to go forward, and eventually that's going to clash with Austin eventually down the road at WrestleManias. So in the near future, I think not the WrestleMania coming up, but the WrestleMania after that, they headline the show for the champion for the WWF title. So Yeah, 5.5. We'll see where Jeff gives it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you for the 1998 Royal Rumble match is next, and we will see you there. Can't wait for that.